The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
3 college friends of Boston Marathon bombing suspect Zohar Tsarnaev have been accused of removing evidence from a dorm room as new details about the case are now coming out. And we were hearing something about this yesterday, but now we have more information. These 3 individuals pictured here, Lewis, have been taken into custody. The complaints allege a few different things. Most of it really was revealed by the trio themselves, including that Tsarnaev cut his long hair after the April 15th attack, but before the FBI put out his photo, and that months earlier he allegedly told friends that he knew how to make a bomb. The court papers also suggest that the 19-year-old suspect was really not too moved when one of the friends texted him saying, "Hey, you know, you look like the guy in the picture the FBI released." One of his replies was LOL, according to the complaints. The complaints also now include charges of conspiracy to obstruct justice, and the third individual on the right, Robel Phillipos, is charged with making false statements. Now, I've talked to 2 lawyers about this, and the big thing is, had they been involved in this same capacity before the bombing, or in what could be reasonably considered to be the lead up to the bombing, they actually could face penalties for direct involvement in what happened in the bombing and the number of people that died, etc. Because this was after the fact, that is not the case. But when you read more into it, it actually really seems like a very odd situation. There really seems to be no evidence that they acted. So they're accused of basically taking a backpack from Tsarnaev's room, which had a bunch of fireworks in it, and they threw it out. Right, they threw it in the trash, and they mixed it in with other stuff in a big black bag and threw it in the trash. And they said that they basically just started to freak out. That's a quote, because they realized Tsarnaev was wanted in the bombing, and they threw the backpack out. They didn't want Tsarnaev to get into trouble. So this is interesting because it's not like they were even co-conspirators in the sense that they were instructed by the suspects to do anything. They on their own realized their friend was involved and on their own decided, oh, let's get rid of this evidence, which is interesting because if that is the case, they were co-conspirators they did choose on their own to do that. They weren't even directed, which is interesting to me.
So they did this after they knew that the police were looking for him? I mean, was there still question as to whether or not they were the ones who did it? Because they
recognized him in the picture.
They could have thought to themselves, "Oh, look, there's no way he could have done this.
Let's get rid of this so that he doesn't accidentally get wrapped into it." No, It's pretty clear. I mean, they saw his picture. His texts were indicative. They said that one of them said that he realized from the text that he was never going to see him again. And I think it was pretty clear that they were aware of what they were doing. Just kind of interesting because it was almost like accidental. They kind of organically became co-conspirators and obstructed justice by throwing that evidence out, which, by the way, they found that backpack in a landfill.
Yeah, pretty stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say that it really is the only thing more stupid than helping out a fugitive terrorist who asks you for help is to help him without him asking. I mean, are these people just asking for a horrible sentence? I mean, what could possibly be going through their minds at this point?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I think they're probably just really stupid. I can't think of anything else.
There you go. Lewis putting it bluntly.